Welcome, wrestling fans, to another exciting episode of Continental Championship Wrestling Superstars of the Ring. My name is Craig Young, and as you can see as I'm melting outside in this Florida heat, that road to Wrestlebash is on fire. This weekend, 1904 Music Hall at 1904 Music Hall on Sunday at 3 p.m., the contract signing to make Wrestlebash 2015 set. The champion, Jamie McKinnon, and Rock and Roll Chris Turner will meet, sign their contract to meet right here in Fernandina Beach, Florida on August 29th. This is going to be exciting. This is going to be monumental. You're not going to want to miss this Sunday. Now, as what's also the contract signing, we're going to have quite a few amazing matches for our fans of Continental Championship Wrestling. But before we get to Wrestlebash, before we get to 1904 Music Hall, we have a special interview from our champion, the Outlaw, Jamie McKinnon.
CCW wrestling fans, I have been asked to come here and speak to you about the contract signing between me and that no good rock and roll Chris Turner. And it reminds me of my childhood, whenever I was just a little bitty Texan home on the ranch. My daddy bought me a horse, and I named that horse Copus. And I love that horse. I rode that horse to school. I rode that horse on my first date. And one day Copus was out in a field, and Copus got hit in the head by lightning. And then it didn't kill Copus. It didn't kill him, but he was no longer the fastest horse in town. It made Copus's mouth, it messed his mouth up. He could no longer hold the grass in his mouth. He could no longer hold the grain that I tried to feed my poor horse by hand. And one day my daddy took a gun, and he walked out there to Copus, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and boom, he shot my horse dead. And at that tender age of 15 years old, I understood that everything must end in life. And from then on, I understood it quite well. Now, on the 19th, July 19th, we're going to sign a contract, and that's going to be the lightning bolt that strikes Chris Turner. And then I'm going to be everything else that ends Chris Turner's career. Whether it's me shooting on him, whether it's me beating him in the head with this hammer. Look at this. You think I'll beat him in his head? I guarantee you I will not walk out of Fernandina Beach the loser. I'm going to be your champion, and Chris Turner's going into the retirement home.
Familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces.
Welcome back, wrestling fans, to Superstars of the Ring. Now, those are some choice words from our champion, the Outlaw Jamie McKinnon. August 29th, Wrestlebash is going to be a big moment, especially you can feel the hatred between him and Rock and Roll Chris Turner as we're just building. 1904 Music Hall, these two men are going to sign that contract, and once that contract is signed, Wrestlebash 2015 goes from talk to being a reality for these two gentlemen. The countdown on their careers will begin. Now, to transition over to something a little bit lighter, we're going to talk about this week's match of the week. One, the dealer Vernon Black taking on powerhouse of the Continental Championship Wrestling and longtime favorite Mad Dog Miller. Now, we're taping this week in front of the Fernandina Beach Rec Center, home of the Wrestlebash 2015. And a little bit about Mad Dog Miller. Now, over the years, Mad Dog Miller has won every title in Continental Championship Wrestling. He is one of our few Grand Slam champions. But a little bit of history for Mad Dog Miller. It's his first singles career win came right here at Wrestlebash. First time he won the tag team champions with with Hall of Honor member JJ Ace. Was right here in this building. And just a few short years ago, he finally completed the dream and won the CCW Heavyweight Championship right here in this building at Wrestlebash. Wrestlebash takes on a lot of special moments for all of our competitors here at Continental Championship Wrestling. You're not going to want to miss the moments that are created on August 29th. This week in action, Mad Dog Miller takes on the dealer Vernon Black. Let's go to ringside. Here we go with another big match here for Continental Championship Wrestling. I'm ringside with my broadcast partner for the episode, our Director of Operations, Eric Snook. Eric, Mad Dog Miller and the dealer Vernon Black, two guys that are no strangers to each other.
Well, pardon the cliche, but this is probably going to be a slobber knocker.
Hey, well, in fact, Mad Dog Miller not really known for his wrestling finesse. The dealer, though, very technical. Still looking for that elusive first win here in Continental Championship Wrestling. But any night, as any gambler knows, could be the night.
Well, that's the thing about these CCW superstars. Any given night, anybody can win.
Well, Mad Dog Miller, the longtime favorite here in Continental Championship Wrestling. Scary individual. I mean, let's be honest. I don't know too many guys are going to wrestle with an earring in, but you don't give guys that advantage. But Mad Dog Miller, you know, dealer quickly went to that bad knee of Mad Dog Miller. We saw him just drop kick him. That might be the best strategy. Take out that leg. You're not going to get a lot of power moves out of Mad Dog Miller.
Keeping him on the ground, he's not going to be able to slam you around.
Nope. I don't know if I would try to headbutt him or bounce his head off the turnbuckle. Mad Dog Miller's a little immune to that sort of thing with that giant cranium, as you can see here.
Well, you got to have something on the inside to hurt.
That's true. There's a lot of cushion there for to protect what you got. And the dealer, though, staying on that knee. Hits the ropes. Big drop kick into the knee. Referee may need to kind of get involved here and get Mad Dog Miller off the ropes. Wow, threw him out of that corner and he still came down really hard on that knee.
Black is just turning up the aggression. We've seen it in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
He just keeps turning it up. It's going to pay off sometime.
And as I said, these guys are no stranger to matches. In fact, we saw a match not too long ago where dealer almost had it won, came off the top rope, and Mad Dog Miller just speared him out of midair. But seems to have taken a different approach. He's staying on that knee. As you know, the company's paid for it a few times, that surgically repaired knee of Mad Dog Miller. I don't know if I'd be bringing him back to his feet, though. I need to see it
the
right
knee just
there.
about buckled there.
Maybe I'm wrong. Dealer staying on it. Wow, big belly-to-belly suplex.
Check out the power on Vernon Black. Big belly-to-belly.
That's actually shades of Mad Dog Miller. That's one of his go-to moves. Maybe dealer getting a little cocky here, putting all those cards on the table, so to speak, but he's staying on that knee. His game plan seems to be effective so far.
Miller trying to mount a comeback.
Yeah, he's fighting from that vertical base here, back up to that one knee. Brought that head right into the solar plexus of Vernon Black. Oh! Wow, I don't know. That kind of spinning planche, almost like a front-face DDT there, but it looked more like he tried to actually just smack Mad Dog Miller's face into his hip and into his knee. Regardless, the job was done. Mad Dog Miller's a little stunned here.
I think we all are.
Mad Dog Miller again using that head like a torpedo and fighting back up to a standing position.
Just imagine having a cannonball shot directly at your stomach. That's what those headbutts feel like.
I've been in the ring with Mad Dog Miller a couple of times over the years, and those moves, that head is an offensive weapon. Just like a punch, just like anything else. Wow, he set him up.
About took his head off with that one.
What a clothesline by Mad Dog Miller. Still feeling the effects of that earlier offense on his knee. You can see he's limping around the ring, and he's still holding it pretty gingerly here. And Miller again bringing Vernon Black up to a vertical base. This might be a little tricky if he goes to suplex him here. That actually puts a lot of weight on the legs. Mad Dog's got him up, but can he hold him up? He is holding him up.
He's a little shaky, but he's got him.
Wow. We're at 15 seconds. 20 seconds in the air.
That could be it.
That could be it for Vernon Black, you're right.
2. Somehow he kicks out.
Wow, what a kick out. Boy, he held him up there.
Just all the blood rushes to your head when you get slammed. You're prone to lose consciousness.
Eric, I'm telling you, there's very few times that are moves that are more terrifying than a guy holding you in the air upside down. You quickly get disoriented. Oh, wow, a big chop from Mad Dog Miller. And another one. It's kind of, oh, he's got the dealer, that shirt jacked up like a hockey mask. Shades of the Red Wings here.
Probably should rethink wearing that t-shirt inside the ring next time.
Oh, what a spine buster by Mad Dog Miller. Miller seems to have this match in firm control, although
Black might be folding out here.
Might be folding out indeed. That spine buster, Mad Dog Miller came down on both of his knees. No, that's probably, and as we see, he's back up on his feet. He's still limping. Oh, and there's the big headbutt. I almost see a smile on Mad Dog Miller's face as he does it again. Vernon Black's in left field. Those headbutts are devastating. Here's a third one. Mad Dog Miller with the fallen one right to the face.
It's like taking a sledgehammer right to the skull.
Especially no block, it's Mad Dog Miller's head cannonballing straight to your face. It is not an enviable position. Nick's glad to be sitting out here ringside, huh?
I'm just glad I work in the office.
Me too. Oh, wow. Mad Dog Miller went for more than a hip toss. He overextended and pitched him across the ring here. Oh, Mad Dog Miller saying something to the referee. There's not too many things you can say to Mad Dog Miller in this in the ring here.
Oh, he's just going to do what he wants to do. Who's going to stop him, really?
You're right. Mad Dog Miller with that inverted atomic drop and then that missile-like shoulder block off the ropes.
Vernon Black showing some real guts here. He's kicking out.
Is it guts or is it just desperation? He wants that first win, and Mad Dog Miller's just bringing the offense. He's going to walk him around here. Oh, and Vernon Black got out of it, slid out the back door. Normally that,
a little bit of payback on those chops.
Dealer chopping away at him. Normally that power slam. Oh, Mad Dog Miller playing a little coy here. Oh, he speared him out of his boots. What a spear by Miller. And Miller decided not to pin him. He could have the match won
I think
here.
He's going to try to teach him a lesson here.
Wow, Mad Dog Miller setting up for the F5. This could be devastating. F5!
Oh.
Miller planted him in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, and that's all for Vernon Black.
Forget about it.
Another exciting match and big win for one Mad Dog Miller. The dealer Vernon Black, though, making his case just a little bit better each time we see him. Now, in 1904 Music Hall, we're going to have the contract signing between Rock and Roll Chris Turner and the Outlaw Jamie McKinnon, which is going to be a very big moment. But our main event that afternoon is going to be the Society of Sin, taking on the very popular tag team of Shootmore, one Shooter McGee, and my guest at this time, the rookie sensation, Eric Moore.
How
Eric,
you doing, Craig?
Fantastic. Thank you for being here this week.
Thank you.
Now, we are right here in front of what will be the home of Wrestlebash 2015. Recently announced, you get your tag team opportunity against Future Evolution. You've been chasing them for weeks. How does it feel to know you have a signed date and guaranteed opportunity?
Well, let me tell you, Craig, me and Shooter have worked our tails off. He's been hitting the gym with me. We were running, we were sweating, we were putting the work in for these tag team titles. And to finally put our pen on that piece of paper to sign that contract, I don't think Future Evolution know what they're getting into. Because me and Shooter McGee are training, and we're coming for the belts. And Wrestlebash is the place to take a belt.
Now, just as a little fact for Continental Championship Wrestling and our fans here, over the last 25 years, the tag team championships have changed hands a total of 18 times, favoring the challengers. How do you feel about those odds?
I love those odds, and I mean, me and Shooter, I don't think at this point need luck or odds, but we're coming in there, and I think the chances of us taking those belts are very, very high.
Now, before we get to Wrestlebash, this Sunday, you and Shooter have a very big obstacle in the Society of Sin. Now, you're no stranger to Peckinus or Dante Steele, but you're not looking past them. How do you feel about taking on these two this Sunday?
You know, absolutely not looking past them. We fought them before, and let me tell you, it is a fight. They bring it, and they try to beat you down. They'll try to cheat. They'll try to hit you with a stick or anything they can get their hands on. But once again, me and Shooter have trained, and we've been in fights before, and we're not afraid to fight again.
Well, wrestling fans, this Sunday, do not miss this gentleman and his tag team partner, Shooter McGee, as they take on the Society of Sin. 1904 Music Hall, 3 p.m. on this Sunday. For Craig Young and Eric Moore, we'll see you at ringside.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces.